Hello everyone, it's Father back again for my weekly video update. It's so great to see you today. I hope that you had a wonderful week and that you're looking forward to the upcoming weekend. I have a few updates for you, a few things to bring to your attention. A couple first facilities updates. So I had written a few weeks back in the bulletin and mentioned at Mass about the church oil tank. The underground mechanisms of the church oil tank failed. And rather than replace them and the difficulties that would ensue in replacing an 8,000 gallon underground oil tank, we decided to have the oil tank removed and to replace the heating oil with liquid propane. I'm happy to say that the 8,000 gallon oil tank was removed from the ground outside of the church this week relatively easily. The hole has been filled in, and there's a picture of the oil tank in the email that I sent to you today in case you're curious about it, what it looks like. It's been under the ground there for 34 years. And now that the tank is out of the ground, we're going to install the liquid propane tank and then have the church boiler converted to burning liquid propane. So in the long run, this should be a benefit to the parish. Liquid propane is cheaper than heating oil. It's also, the market is much less volatile for it. And it's also cleaner. So in the long run, we're doing something better for our environment as we as a church like to be very conscious of the impact that we have on our planet, our home. And so I hope that this will be a benefit to our parish in the long run. So the tank's out. Next steps, install a new propane tank and convert the furnace. So we should be nice and warm this winter time. Also some good news, the new tabernacle has arrived. It has been refinished completely. It is beautiful, I must say. It is currently sitting in the narthex of the church near the fireplace. It will be there for a little while. We need to do some work on the pedestal that's in the church now in order to receive the new tabernacle and also to receive the statues of the angels that will go next to the tabernacle. So we're going to make the pedestal longer in order to have one base up there instead of three separate ones. I think it'll look much better. So in my email that I sent to you today, there's a picture of the new tabernacle, completely refinished. There are also pictures of the angels that will be up there. And they are currently being carved in Italy. So we're looking at December, the first week of December, as the completion of the work for the pedestal and the installation of the tabernacle. I am not sure when those angels will be flying in from Italy. So please stay tuned for that, and please take a look at the tabernacle when you are at Mass this weekend. A few things coming up in the very near future. We have our Rosary Congress, the Harford County Rosary Congress, October 6th through the 10th. So the Rosary Congress we hold every year commemorates the vision of Our Lady of Fatima to the shepherd children in Fatima, where Our Lady asked the children to pray the rosary for the conversion of the world. So throughout the world, there's this Rosary Congress that happens every year. We're hosting it here for our region, October 6th through the 10th. The 6th is a Sunday, so after Mass, we will have exposition of the Blessed Sacrament in the chapel. And then we will have perpetual adoration, which means adoration will go on overnight, all day and all night until Thursday of that week, which is October 10th. So the chapel will be open to come in at any time during that time to come and pray with Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. We do need committed adorers, people that will be willing to come during that time to make sure that at least one person is always there with the Eucharist. There's a sign-up sheet for that, a sign-up link for that in the email that I sent to you today. If you've never been to adoration in the middle of the night or the very early morning, it's a very powerful prayer experience when it's literally silent. Silence in the building, silent outside. All you can hear are the crickets chirping. It's wonderful to carve out some time to spend with the Lord overnight. If you can't do that, during the day would be great too. We need folks to come during the day. So I'd highly encourage you to look at that full schedule for the Rosary Congress and participate in any way that might be possible. The Oktoberfest is coming up also next month, October 12th, Saturday, October 12th from 10 to 4. If you are or know anyone who would like to be a vendor at the event, we're still taking vendor spots. Also, we need volunteers. There's a sign-up genius for that. You can click on the link in my email to go to that. And you can also see how you can support the Oktoberfest in other ways if you'd like to do a sponsorship as well, or you or someone you know has a business that would like to sponsor it. Again, all that information is in my email today, and above all, I would ask as many of our parishioners as possible to come visit that day to make the event successful for our parish and also for our community. This is a way to invite other people to our campus who may not necessarily come to church. This is a very friendly and easy way, so to speak, to get them onto the church campus. Finally, this week I'd like to draw your attention to a question which will be on the ballot in the state of Maryland this November. It's question 1. It's called the Reproductive Freedom Amendment. And you may be hearing a lot about it at this point as the election draws nearer. And some are framing this as a women's right issue for freedom of health care and all of those sorts of things. And as a church community, we look at this amendment very differently. We look at it as taking away any safeguards which might exist in the state of Maryland around abortion, also taking away parental rights about knowing what people's children are doing, having informed consent about that. I wrote a lot about it in this week's bulletin. I've also added a link to my email that you can click on to go to the Maryland Catholic Conference where you could learn about this. There's also a webinar that will be held on Monday. This coming Monday, I sent an email out about that. There's also a link to the webinar in the email that I sent to you today. As a church community, we're asking you to register to vote and to vote against question 1. I know that some of us in the state of Maryland feel like our vote doesn't count or matter quite so much in the presidential election in the larger arena, but this is an instance where your vote matters quite a bit. And even if you're not thrilled with who's running for president, if you could come out and vote against question 1, that would be a wonderful thing and really a way to support life in the state of Maryland, which is ultimately what we are about as a church community. So again, there's more information about that in the email that I sent to you today. Also, this weekend's bulletin, there's in my column, and there will also be an insert in the bulletin about that this weekend. So thanks for taking some time to watch this week's video. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email, and I look forward to seeing you at Mass this weekend. God bless you.